And I know some things, like I know the Umbral Calamity, I know the elements, I know the Astral Calamity, I know a lot of those things, right? But I don't know like how Thancred was in 1.0 or how Y'shtola was and stuff like that. Hey, what's up, by the way, Zach Wall? Hello, Strummer. Time to do some reacting. I'm gonna react. React hard, Strummer. Now let's watch this.
Eorzea, a land embraced by gods and forged by heroes. The bountiful ether that flows through this lush realm
Check this out.
has ensured the peace and prosperity of its
Thanks for the follow,
people
dude.
for generations.
Welcome to the Creed of Assassinos.
But peace was never wont to last.
Lots of shit happened. Lots of calamities, man.
The
7.
Garlean Empire began to amass a mighty army, hoping to wrest control over the realm and her resources.
Yep. Those guys are dicks.
And in the year 1557 of the 6th Astral Era, the Empire's metal-clad warriors commenced their march south. Resistance was mounted.
This is when they took over Garabania, right? Like they took over Doma and stuff. So it happened in the 6th Astral Era.
But to little avail, and it was not long before the city-state of Alamigo fell.
Yeah. That's where Yugiri joins
with
us.
their prize, the Garleans pressed on towards the heart of Eorzea. With their colossal dreadnought, the Agrius, at the fore, the Imperial army arrived at
and then Midgard tore it down.
Falls, only to find Midgard Zormer, keeper of the lake, awoken from a centuries-long slumber. Nor was he alone.
I'm curious, did Midgard have a reason to take down the ship? Like, why did he take down the ship specifically? Like, why did Midgard do this? How does this benefit him? Because it has nothing to do with him, right? Big Dragon was angry when he got woken up. Yeah, if he's been in a dark slumber, like, he just attacks the first thing that he sees. And then he immediately dies after that, right? Because he ends up in Mordana. Oh, wait. Well, he dies in Mordana, right? Like, you do that dungeon and he's there. And the ship is there, too. So this happened in Mordana. That's where the ship ended up being, right?
A fierce aerial contest ensued twixt machine and dragon, at the close of which the invincible Imperial fleet was put to rout.
Good job, Midgard.
This would come to be known as the Battle of Silver Tear Skies.
Awesome. Boom. Midgard's such a badass. I love him. Tore it apart.
To add to the Garleans' woes, they found that the beast tribes native to Eorzea had somehow regained the ability to summon their long-dormant gods, the primals.
Yep. Now here's my question. Would they be able to summon the primals before the calamities? Or did the calamities have a direct influence in being able to summon the primal? Because, you know, like fires, Ifrit, ice, Shiva, all that stuff. If calamities didn't happen, would they still be able to summon those primals regardless of that? Or did that have a factor to it? Because obviously, as we know, they were storing the elements in the source. All the elements are going in the source. It's giving the shit to the source. Without crystals, they still could.
Lacking the means to slay these undying beings,
Garuda.
The Empire called a halt to its planned conquest and withdrew behind the walls.
I love this song, by the way.
And after 5 long years of strife, the flames of war died down, leaving only embers which smoldered quietly as the Garleans licked their wounds and the beast tribes tested the limits of their
the Guardians didn't
newfound
want those
power.
primals around.
It was thus that Eorzea slipped into the Age of Calm, during which an uneasy peace prevailed.
Yep.
The age, however, was anything but calm. In their wisdom, Eorzea's leaders established a network of guilds for the greater good of the realm.
Yep.
The members of these guilds were to devote themselves to no single
I've never seen the
material-
cinematic. Wait, what cinematic is this? I literally have never seen this. And I've watched all of them. Or have I? I've never seen this. I watched the opening for ARR, Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers. There's more?
or martial craft, but endeavor to embrace all that they
This is
might better
1.0 or
serve the
something?
realm's immediate needs.
Yeah, it must be, it's 1.0. This is like before Realm Reborn, right? Where I've never seen. It's Limsa, right? I think this is Limsa Lominsa.
They would be called simply adventurers.
Playing the Triad card game.
It was not until 1572, 10 summers
Guys.
removed from their defeat at Mor Dona, that the Garleans finally broke their silence.
Yep, and they came
Gaius
back.
van Belsar, architect of the fall of Alninio, was joined then by Nael van Darnis, their legions combining to form a force the like of which Eorzea had.
Question. Nael van Darnis. I know it's the Bahamut Coils boss fight. But you don't see her in the MSQ, right? Like in ARR, there was a white armored girl. But that white armored girl is Lucia's sister. But that's not Nael, right?
Of Alninio
They showed a picture of her. I was like, hold up.
then by Nael
This picture. But it's not actually that girl that I'm thinking, right? Nael van Darnis is someone else entirely. And it's in the Bahamut raids. This happened before all that shit.
van Darnis, their legions combining to form a force the like of which Eorzea had never seen. And just as quickly as the conquest had ended, so it began anew. To ready themselves for the coming conflict, the city-states of Limsa Lominsa, Gridania, and
Wait, who the fuck is Nael van Darnis? In the MSQ? I don't... Like, how are we defending here? We defended once, but that's like in ARR right now. This isn't 1.0, I don't think.
Ul'dah reinstated the Grand Company's
Yeah,
organizations with executive power to call upon the sum of the Commonwealth's military and economic might.
Roman. Oh yeah, this is 1.0, yeah.
The Grand Companies, in turn, sought the aid of adventurers, knowing that they could not withstand the aggression of two armies and the emboldened beast tribes alone.
Indeed. Yeah, that
It
was the problem.
around this time that a well-meaning scholar
Sois.
from the city-state of Charlian, one Louis-Sois Levelieu, bore word to Eorzea's
He was in
leaders
Charlian.
of the advent
Right,
of
I
a
mean,
new threat.
Obviously, Alpha and Alizé too, and their grandfather would be obviously as well. This is cool. You get to talk to him and everything in 1.0. That's really interesting.
Would that I had done so sooner. It was my belief that if the primals were suffered to remain, they would seek out and devour the realm's crystals, draining the planet of its very lifeblood, and condemning her children to a fate worse than death. Moved by my words, adventurers set out to slay the primals and thereby release the hoarded ether that it might be returned to the planet.
This is 1.0 Ifrit. It's got a different cutscene. The graphics seem worse a little bit, I think. Person who became Nael Darnis in T9. Yeah.
However, 7th Legion Legatus Nael van Darnis.
There it is. That's Nael van Darnis. Yeah, this is 1.0. Yeah, straight up.
visioned a different solution to
You
the
get to actually
primal
see
dilemma.
Nael. Like straight up. In front of your face. So no, old Alec. I will not blame you for your father's negligence. Permit me to explain it as I might to a child of Dalamud. Damn.
Meteor, a complex scheme employing arcane magics and lost technologies to summon the planet's lesser moon down to Eorzea, with the aim of annihilating all the realm in one fell stroke. Dalamud, as the celestial body was commonly known, was discovered to be a machine launched into the planet's orbit by the lost Allagan Empire several millennia before.
Now they launched it several millennia before, like because they trapped Bahamut in there. That's when he, they unleashed him.
To aid them in tackling this new threat, the Grand Companies turned to the talents of Master Engineer and Garlean defector Sid Garland. But while we scrambled to fathom the workings of Van Darnis' plan, its wheels were already in motion.
Van Darnis ain't fucking around. It's kind of cool you see
A
Bahamut
massive
coils.
fortress dubbed Castrum Nova now stood at the heart of Eorzea, defending a transmitter which would be used to call down Dalamud. The Grand Companies independently strove to destroy the outpost.
This is how it all happened.
But each was forced to concede that no single city-state possessed sufficient strength to...
Now, the Gallians did all this shit, but really the Astians were behind it. As we know in FF14 and in Shadowbringers, like, the Astians' goals were to get all the elements back in the source. Because when the whole world was split, and try and get all that shit in the source. So, I mean, they had a direct influence with the whole Garleans thing. I mean, they basically rule Garleans. I mean, we know that with Solus, right?
To breach its iron walls.
But the Garleans had no fucking idea, I guess, that
now
Solus was an Ascian.
recognizing the futility of standing alone against such a threat, the companies put aside their differences and consolidated their forces under the banner of the Eorzean Alliance.
Get in. Robot! Kanai-sen is the best.
Thus united, the city-states began to move against the Mad Legators.
Fucking hyenas. I wonder how Nael died. We know Nael died.
At the behest of this new confederation, adventurers from across the realm infiltrated Castrum Novum, located the heavily guarded transmitter, and destroyed it. Alas, the White Raven took flight.
Where's Gaius right
they
now?
could subdue him.
Damn, Nael was crazy. You don't fuck with Nael. Damn, look at this. Be wild.
Worse, his twisted game was still afoot. Applying ill-gotten knowledge, he activated a second signal from beneath Kurthus, a signal so powerful it fractured the land, hurling vast boulders into the air where they remained suspended.
Damn. I think this is the Nael theme, right? I heard this theme in Bahamut Coils. I think. Make complete that descent and purge this land of its taint. Rise of the White Raven. That's when it happened.
In one final effort to end Nael's plan, the
Look at young
Alliance
Sid.
selected a small party of their best warriors and bid them ride Sid Garland's airship, the Enterprise, to the floating islands of Riven Road. The day of reckoning had come.
So this must have been like the ending of 1.0, pretty much. I mean, it seems like it now. Calamity's gonna happen. Bahamut's gonna kill everything. Um, what's crazy is like they must have known like Dalamud was in the sky. Like they had an idea that it was there, and it was just there the whole time. The Allagans just trapped Bahamut in there, just like I don't know, it's so dangerous. They just trapped Bahamut inside Dalamud, you know, because yo, fuck him, we'll just make it float there. But then many generations later, they used that to their advantage to basically wipe Eorzea and cause the calamity.
As if foretold, the chosen few succeeded in slaying the White Raven.
Yeah. Dude, isn't this the Warriors of Light from, bruh? Isn't this Ardbert and like the crew? Right? You even got the tank and everything. Wait, is this Ardbert? Or it's like, because this is Eorzea, this is not the first world. Why do I see Ardbert then? He was in the first world. I think these are just like...
The chosen few succeeded in slaying the White Raven.
Look. Ardbert, the tank dude, the Lalafell. Who's that Dragoon? Is that Warriors of Light? Each shard has them. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, each shard has them. But this isn't Ardbert, right? Like the Ardbert that we know in FF14. Because I know like we are the Warriors of Light, right? And there's multiple others Warriors of Light. But this isn't our Ardbert that we know, right? This is a different person. This is the Warrior of Light from Eorzea. He looks exactly like him though. That's what's weird. Why does he look exactly like him? Look, bro, like that's Ardbert. So they're just like using his face, but he's not actually from the first world. I don't think, but he looks exactly like him. Represent the connection. Look at Ardbert. Then not Ardbert. They use the design to represent the connection. Now I see the connection with Nael and being in the Bahamut Coils raid. It makes so much sense now. That's why she was there. Because this is what happened to her. Or him. Is it a her or is it a she or a he? Because when they took off the mask, I think it was a girl. Maybe he is part of you too, right? True. He is the other half of me, yeah. True. Because if the war got split and we got split too, we're the unsundered. We are sundered, actually. Yeah, we are the ones that got split. Emmet Selk would be like unsundered. Is that what that word means again? Unsundered means you didn't split, and sundered means you did split. Nael dead. Boom. Just evaporated. This must have been such a cool fight. Imagine the 1.0 players fighting like up here with the moon like this. That's such a cool fight. That's such a cool fight. Like that makes such a nice raid even today.
And the day went to the Alliance.
Ishtola! Ishtola! Thancred! There he is. The whole gang is here. Science.
But the celebration proved short-lived.
Yeah, because right after the Calamity happened, right? Following our Darnis' defeat, we of the Circle knowing maintain our vigil over Dalamud.
It soon became clear that Van Darnis' death had not served to slow Dalamud's descent.
Yep.
Impact was imminent. The 7th Umbral era was about to begin.
Yep.
An age of suffering. No course remained, save...
Now, they planned all this for ARR. Like, it's crazy. Like, they literally ended their own game to make a better game, but also make it part of the story. How fucking cool is that? That's so cool. Imagine being a 1.0 player and going through that phase.
One. To perform a summoning, not unlike those practiced by the beast tribes, yet on a far grander scale, to seek the power of the 12. The price of such a deed would be great, and could have grave consequences for the planet, but the Alliance could not deny my reasoning.
Ah, this is Louis Sua's voice talking.
It was the only way. In preparation, I entreated the realm's adventurers to pray at holy monuments, in hopes that their prayers might stir the slumbering gods. I, meanwhile, proceeded to the Cartano Plains, where Dalamud was predicted to fall, and began the rite.
That's crazy.
The 7th Legion, oblivious to their fallen leader's dark intentions, had also begun gathering in central Eorzea.
And then we all died.
Ordered to defend the area with their lives, they fought not knowing that victory would bring them death as assuredly as defeat. And amid the ensuing carnage, the curtain began to rise upon the 7th Umbral era.
What an epic cutscene. Damn, I wish I played 1.0.
The people of Eorzea could only watch in horror as vast fragments of the falling satellite peeled away and rained down upon the land, wreaking untold devastation.
Death. Now, Louis Sua did everything he could to damage Control, I think, yeah. That's why he pierced Bahamut right there as well.
At Cartano, both sides fought with a frenzy unmatched, neither giving the other any ground.
Oh, Gaius.
Adventurers plied.
I forgive Gaius. Like, he's such a great character now. Like, yeah, he did like all this and he supported all this crazy shit. Like, Gaius didn't speak against it. Like, he was cool with it. So, like, in a way, he was somewhat responsible for what happened because he allowed it to happen, right? He knows this. And Shadowbringers, like, he knows what he did. He knows what he's doing was wrong. I don't know, I like him. I like his character now. It's crazy, like, what he did before and all that shit. It's so big, like, literally the end of the world and stuff, right? Causing the calamity. But he's such a great character now, it's not even funny. Like, he's literally one of my favorite characters now. After Shadowbringers. He's awesome. I love Gaius.
Their blades till their lungs burned, chanted spells till they grew hoarse. They fought without regard for their own lives, thinking only to save those of others.
Get him, Arbor. 1.0 arbor. There's that bard. Oh. Yo, thanks so much for follow, dude. Welcome to the Creed of Assassinos. Look at Warrior. Warrior, baby. Warrior, don't fuck around. He had good intentions, but twisted methods. Not as bad as others, of course, since he didn't like the Black Rose weapon. Yeah, yeah, he never supported that either. The Black Rose weapon literally is just to cause a calamity, and he didn't want to be part of that.
But it was all for naught. Overhead, the moon's skin of stone and steel disintegrated to reveal an elder primal free of his ancient prison.
Bahamut. He has been released. Guys, this I think, as you guys all know, Bahamut, Lunar Bahamut is coming back, and Endwalker. We all know this. But I wonder if there's gonna be like somewhere in there, like the real Bahamut, like his feelings, his all that. Like Bahamut's full dead now, right? I'm pretty sure. Like this is just a Bahamut, Lunar Bahamut. It's like his corpse or whatever. Like it's a summoning of him.
Announce the completion of Dalamud's
Never go to Meteor. We'll know more about him.
Had awoken.
Don't fuck with him. You don't fuck with Bahamut, he's OP.
The front lines dissolved as allegiances were forgotten, and both friend and foe fled as one. Enraged after eons of duress, Bahamut vented his fiery wrath
even his attack. The same attack he does in that dungeon. So OP. Bye bye, Limsa.
Despair gripped the realm.
Damn.
Yet in the midst of the darkness, there was yet light. A divine radiance punctuating the gloom.
Blue Swallow is a badass. Lunar Phoenix? Oh my god. Empyrean, you just gave me goosebumps when you said that, you know? Bro. And Phoenix would be Louis Soir. Because, I mean, he turns into a Phoenix in the Bahamut calls. Shit, Empyrean, you just made me get some major goosebumps right now. Ah, and he's gonna fight Bahamut. Lunar Bahamut. Ah, shit, that's fucking sick, dude. And yeah, I know Time-At told us his story and all, but I want Endwalker to dive even more deep into that, like just like see it firsthand, and that'd be fun.
The manifestation
such a badass
of the
dragon.
Prayers of 1,000
There's
souls,
the peeps.
beseeching the 12 for one thing: salvation.
Well,
and for a moment, it seemed that the gods would answer. A prison of pure light formed around the raging primal and began to bleed the ether from his being.
oh,
Alas, the wrath of Bahamut could not long be contained.
didn't work.
My plan had failed, yet I could not allow those few heroes who...
So why didn't that work? The trapping?
And for a moment, it seemed that the gods would answer. A prison of pure light formed around the raging primal and began to bleed the ether from his being.
Yeah, he was losing ether.
Alas, the wrath of Bahamut
He was
could
pissed. Yeah, so he was pissed off. Bahamut's too strong. Not even that 12 could fucking do shit. Dude, Bahamut is literally OP. Holy
My
shit.
plan had failed.
And we're gonna fight
Yet
Lunar
I could not
Bahamut
allow
in
those
Endwalker.
few heroes who still fought for me to pay the price of my failure. So I summoned what was left of my strength and sent them into an ethereal rift.
Yep.
There they would remain, untouched by the passing of the seasons, until it was safe to return.
Then he blasts Bahamut, right? He does.
To a realm reborn.
Damn straight. But he pierces Bahamut's heart. I have more questions than answers, really. But we'll see. I think in Endwalker, they're gonna dive really deep into that, like the whole dragon stuff and Mirror City. I think Mirror City will be an actual area that you can visit in Endwalker. I know it's not been revealed, but I'd like to believe that you can go to Mirror City because isn't that like where the dragons like initially started and stuff, as we know?